What's going on, bodybuilding fans? Back with another prediction video. The 2022 Boston Pro held 1 week after the Arnold Classic, which I went to, and it was an awesome event, and I plan on going next year. But we have the Boston Pro to talk about. We have 6 competitors who actually competed last week. But in this video, I'll be giving you my top 6 who I think will be placing at the Boston Pro. So in no order, this is the lineup for my top 6. Willem Bonak, Phil Plahar, Samson Dauda, Regan Grimes, Steve Kuclow, and Justin Rodriguez. In 6th place, I have Regan Grimes. Regan took 7th last week at the Arnold Classic, where I thought he looked good. He was big, he was symmetrical, he was in good condition, and he also has a good back double biceps with striated hamstrings. I was listening today to the Muscular Development YouTube video previewing the Boston Pro, and Jose Raymond said it best. He said, just give Regan 3 more years and he'll be up there because a lot of these guys, they're in their late 30s, 40s, they're going to be gone. So as long as Regan keeps doing what he's doing and is consistent with his progress, he's going to be up there in the near future. In 5th place, I have Justin Rodriguez. Justin took 5th at the Arnold Classic last week, and the reason why I have him placing 5th again in Boston is because I don't see him beating anybody that he didn't beat last week. Now, Justin was probably placing 3rd after prejudging at the Arnold Classic on Friday, but on Saturday he was noticeably not as sharp. That's why he dropped in his placing. And I think he peaked for the Arnold Classic and is not going to come in as sharp in Boston as he did in Columbus. In 4th place, I have Samson Dauda. Now, Samson looked awesome at the Arnold Classic last week, where he also took 4th. And in my prediction video for the Arnold Classic, I had him placing 9th out of 10 competitors. So he proved me wrong, and I became a fan. I like Samson's shape, his thickness in his lower body. He needs a little more thickness in his upper body, in his back, but he has great shape, a great vacuum, and he did an awesome routine at the Arnold where he paid homage to Flex Wheeler, Sean Ray, and Kevin Levrone. I especially like the Kevin Levrone part where he posed to, Creed, who's got my back now. I think he's going to do well again and place 4th. In 3rd place, I have Phil Plahar, who's my dark horse in this show. Now, Phil made a name for himself last year where he took 2nd in Tampa, 3rd in Texas behind Ian Valliere and Steve Kuclow. I don't see him beating Steve. However, I do believe he's going to have a great showing. I learned again today from the Muscular Development YouTube channel with Giles, Ron, and Jose that Phil actually wanted to compete at the Arnold Classic, but he was not invited. I'm not sure how that works, but there were 5 guys that dropped out, so it didn't make sense that they didn't extend him an invitation. So he's on a mission. He has something to prove, and I think he's going to have a great showing, enough for 3rd place. In 2nd place, I have Steve Kuclow. Steve took 3rd last week at the Arnold Classic, where I think most of you will agree that that's the best Steve Kuclow that we've ever seen. He came in about 10 pounds lighter than he normally competes at. He was a lot harder, a lot drier than we've seen him in the past. And I have to give him props where he made an adjustment to his front double bicep pose. Normally, in years past, he would have his chest up and he wouldn't be flexing his abs. Where at the Arnold Classic, he had his abs flexed, crunched down, which actually showed more definition versus, I don't know who coined the term, but before he was considered extremity hard, where you do a front double biceps and the only definition you see is in your biceps and everything else fades. Where now you can see his abs, which improved his appearance tremendously. I really do want Steve to win the show, but he's never beaten the next guy ever. So logically, he's not going to beat him again, but I do hope for an upset, and I do want to see Steve qualify for this year's Mr. Olympia. And in 1st place, surprise, surprise, I'm picking Willem Bonak. William took 2nd last week at the Arnold Classic to Brandon Curry, where a lot of people said he should have won. I disagree. Actually, well, I do agree with the placings. I believe that Brandon deservedly won. He has superior shape and structure to William. But this is about the Boston Pro, and on paper, William is the highest ranking bodybuilder, and he should win the show. He does have some gyno, which he should get taken care of. I'm not a real big fan of Williams' physique because he's short, he's narrow, kind of stocky. But I do have to give him a little bit of props where I was always critical about his abs and thighs. If you ever noticed, he only hits it with one arm behind his neck, his right arm. But when it was being compared to Brandon at the finals, he actually hit it properly with both arms behind his back. But it did expose his weakness. His abs and thighs from the front is not a good look for him. But he should win the show, even though I'm rooting for Steve to upset him. Anyway, hope you guys tune into the live stream. It's only $9.99. I'll be tuning in and probably be giving a review of the show later on. Thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.